Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass podcast with Kevin and Chuck. Today, we're going to talk about how crazy the New York Times is. We're going to talk about prepping in the city, and we're going to talk about how everybody's a bunch of freaking wusses out there. That's what I think. But anyway, so let's get into it. So the idea is NRA, who, as I mentioned last week, I have mixed feelings about. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But anyway, the NRA takes a article out of the New York Times, and they're like, oh, the New York Times is so dumb because they say that in order to survive the apocalypse, you need Xanax and little mini liquor bottles, and they don't mention having a gun to survive in New York City after the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I feel like if I lived in New York City, I might need Xanax and liquor bottles without an apocalypse. But
See, that doesn't necessarily seem that wrong, right? But, so I'm like, what the hell, New York Times? I hate them anyway, so why don't I check this out? So I bring up the article, and they're like, after you take the Xanax and the mini liquor bottles, you're going to need to get serious and think about what you need for survival. So it was kind of a...
They weren't actually advocating Xanax and mini liquor bottles are their way to survive, huh?
So, and they go through, and it's a lot of basic stuff, and they do cover a lot of things like, oh, you need a 72-hour food supply. Mm-hmm. And that's not going to do it for any kind of an emergency. I mean, that's like day-to-day shit. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you might need 3 days of food.
Yeah, I'd bet that most people have 3 days of food.
That happens quite a few times a year in New York City.
I imagine most people have 3 days worth of food in their house without even planning for it.
Yeah, so that, I don't know. I found that a little lame. They do actually have a link right in the beginning of the article where, well, here, let's go through the article. I always get ahead of myself and then get all crazy off task. So they're like, oh, you need a satchel for survival. Now, I will point out, as I'm reading this article to my wife the other day in the car, they use all kinds of swell words.
Okay.
I
so maybe it's just we don't understand.
College words.
Yeah.
And that could have been what happened over at the NRA,
big words.
A lot of the words I'm too afraid to even try and pronounce because I'll just sound like a jackass. They have paranoiacs. I don't even know what that is. What were the other ones that upset me and I was crying a little bit?
Well, you don't have to get upset. You don't have to get angry.
I don't have
at
to
words.
redo it?
You have a dictionary. We don't have to go through each one.
All right. So, bottom line, they're like, oh, you should have a satchel. You should have food in there for at least 72 hours, like I said. You can buy a ready-made bug-out bag on Amazon. Hardcore preppers never leave survival up to a mouse click. And then they just talk about a bunch of like high-end bullshit, Grey Wolf and all these things. They talk about having silver, not necessarily a bad idea. They talk about, nuclear stuff. The potassium iodide tablets we've mentioned on the thing. They talk about, they said that some preppers do home remedies like having bed sheets dusted with baby powder to block x-rays from radiation.
I haven't heard of this.
I haven't heard of that. And they're like, some people would do this. And I'm like, I don't know who those people are. But, they recommend bringing condoms. But it says this may sound like a slogan from a fraternity party t-shirt, but survivalists absolutely adore condoms. I don't know that I adore condoms.
I've never had much use for them, to be honest with you.
I remember stories of Vietnam. They got free condoms, so they would put them over the barrel of the gun to keep the rain from getting in there.
Right, I've
and it
heard
would
that.
save on the cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all I got for you on that one.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that I adore condoms.
They do carry a lot of water.
Do they?
Yeah, don't try and use them as a water balloon because they won't break.
And it says non-lubricated, please. I don't know what
really?
that's about.
See, I gave out condoms at Halloween, but...
A makeshift canteen, a fire starter. How do you use a condom for a fire starter? Wait, let me read this.
Maybe I've been using them wrong this whole time.
A fire starter or elastic band for improvised slingshots.
Okay.
How do they get fire starter? I feel like that's something you need to expand on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get into this.
Yeah, you want
Yeah, next episode we're gonna do an episode all on condoms, non-lubricated condoms. If you end up with lubricated ones,
non-lubricated, please. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you're starting a fire. I'm fascinated.
Oh, we'll figure this out. I'm gonna get into this now. I gotta get to the bottom of this.
When inflated, they can be used as fishing bobbers. Well, that's just good because I'm like, fuck. I have one condom left. I'm gonna make a bobber out of it. I don't feel like that's really the answer. And then it says you need to be armed to the teeth, but with what?
There's the sticky part with the NRA.
Should law and order on the streets break down after, say, a massive hurricane, a nuclear reactor meltdown, that condom slingshot might come in handy in New York, where possession of the most fundamental survivalist self-defense staple, the gun, is highly restricted by law. Now, again, they're not like, they obviously are recognizing that a gun would be a valuable asset.
Right.
They're just acknowledging the fact that the laws of the land imply, what would the New York Times be like? Yeah, you should have a gun in your house. That really would be counterproductive.
They've always been a little bit anti-gun to begin with, that whole paper.
And they talk about, you also can't have brass knuckles, nunchucks, ninja stars, switchblades, knives, wrist brace, slingshots, and the do-it-yourself prepper favorite, a paintball pistol loaded with ghost chili powder balls. So what they're doing here is they're giving you all kinds of ideas.
Yeah, you can also not have pepper spray in New York.
Me and Kevin have actually done that for you guys here. We're like, you don't want to do this, but... so I don't know. I just feel like we can't just throw stones at everything.
Well, I think the New York Times or the NRA is a little bit reactionary. They're always looking for somebody to be attacking them.
I do like headlines, and I know that headlines help get things shared, get traffic to the website, and then people find out about the podcast. I don't know. There's not, I understand why people do it. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
They talk about having parachutes and kayaks. I don't know where you're keeping this shit in New York City, but they're like, you can get off the island if you have a kayak.
What are you going to do with a parachute?
I think they're talking about when planes crash into your work building.
Oh, and you can parachute out to safety?
And then you can parachute out to safety. So, there were some videos in September, a couple years back, that maybe that would have been a good move, hindsight, but, whatever. So, with that. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then it got me thinking about urban survival. And I was like, we keep talking that we need to get in. I know people have requested that we kind of get in a little bit more on prepping in the city. And maybe we did an episode. I don't know. But thought we'd expand on that. And this seemed like a good jumping off point.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right. I hear these commercials nonstop on the radio from ready.gov telling me to go to the New York City ready, whatever plan.
So they had a comprehensive list there.
A comprehensive list. So they have an app. They want you to download it. The app says we only want people over 13 to download it. Now I was like, well, that's weird. Why would you only want that? I mean, this is useful information, right? And they say, well, we don't like to collect all the personal and private information from people under 13.
14-year-olds, they're fine with.
And I'm like, wait, I'm consenting to giving you all my
your personal
and private, but that's the willingness. That's the limit.
That's the lengths you'll go to.
The lengths I'll go. Something. I need to put down the beer. So, all right. So I did check it out, and they have a section called Pack a Go Bag. Documents. It's number 1. Has a picture of a passport.
Okay. What other documents do they have there? What other good ideas?
It says copies of important documents in a waterproof container.
Okay. Done.
No recommendation of like, hey, maybe your birth certificate,
Social security card, driver's license. All right. Maybe we should update these as we go with
we should add
other
accurate
ideas that might be beneficial to the people listening at home.
Yeah, but New York probably paid some people to come up with
probably
this shit.
Millions of dollars too.
They were like, come up with a list of just some awesome shit. They should have just looked at our website, right? All right. So contact information. So under contact information, it says like all the numbers for everybody in your household and your support network. I don't know if that's granny or, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Water. It says a bottle small enough to carry for you to carry.
Okay. I saw that bottle. It looks like a 12-ounce bottle. You're not going to get very far on that.
No, that's not going to help you.
You got 72 hours worth of food and you have 3 hours worth of water.
Smart.
Not very.
Well, you said 72 hours worth of food. That's the New York Times.
Oh, okay. All right.
New York City recommends a granola bar.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, actually it says food and snacks. So I click on it and it says snacks or ready to eat canned food.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means to you. In my go bag, I have a 72 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all for the initial. It's enough, and they're high calorie kind of meals, enough to get you to where you can get set up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a survival kind of,
right. Well, in a go bag, it really
it's a go bag.
Yeah, it's a weight thing. I actually keep a Rubbermaid bin in my garage, full of cooking supplies, utensils and things like that, and of food. That way, I can just throw the container in the back of my car.
I think we did talk about this, but the bottom line, your realistic is to either cache some barrels or something off the island.
Yeah.
If you live in New York City,
mm-hmm.
is to have your 72-hour bag and get to your storage locker,
mm-hmm.
your buried 55-gallon drum in the woods, somewhere off the island, something like that. They recommend cash. So I expand on that. Small bills that would not require change.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a lot of singles and
yeah,
that's it.
It's also good if you're going to the nudie bar.
Right. See it. I always like things that have like more than one use. So I like how they're thinking.
Dual
there.
survival.
You don't need cash.
No.
She doesn't have to click out any quarters for me or anything. But I would recommend that have some singles, have some fives maybe.
You never know.
But you're gonna want a lot more money than what you can cram in your wallet in singles and fives. Throw throw 10 or 20 $20 bills in there, and you'll be in a lot better shape.
Sounds right. Notepad and pen, I guess. They always say that. I don't know what you're doing.
Notepad and pen.
People write shit down, I guess.
Yeah, I think some people keep track of
I mean,
things.
like, you make notes and people are like, oh, we left here. I found 5 people. I'm going to leave a note for whatever. I feel like I could always find something to write with and something to write on.
Yeah. I
Like,
have a pen in my bag.
I might have to kill a rat and write with its blood or something. But I feel like I could work that out.
Yeah. No, that would not be on the top of my list, though.
I just don't get it. I mean, I've heard it lots and from legitimate survival sources. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, I don't know. I don't get it. Most people I deal with don't even know how to read. So I don't even know what's going on here. A flashlight. Now, I'm thinking if I'm in New York City and I have a flashlight, I'm going to want that bat symbol embossed on it kind of thing. So I could turn it on and be like, bam!
Yeah. Now, if you're in New York City and all the lights go out,
and you got the bat
and
symbol
you
on
have
the flashlight,
you have the one flashlight that people can see, you might want to use it sparingly.
Yeah, that's not your...
Only use it when you really need to see something. You drop your pen, maybe. You have to find it in the dark.
You're trying to write that note.
Uh-huh.
That sounds right. AM, FM radio. I don't really... I mean, that's okay. And I guess the government saying that sounds good, but...
I would replace that AM, FM radio with another bottle of water.
That sounds smarter. I actually have one of those little... I think it was $20 on Amazon. I think it's red. It's got like a hand crank to charge it up.
Yep.
It has the NOAA weather stations, which I kind of like better. Has the single sideband kind of thing. You can look for... I don't know. They have like stupid broadcasts and stuff they do on that. That ends up transmitting a lot more. When radio stations go down, these are what like your ham radio guys and stuff can transmit off. And like FEMA is going to use to send out messages. So, I don't know. Mine has like the hand crank radio, but it's got a flashlight and a little USB charger all off the hand crank. I don't know. Seemed kind of cool to me at the time. They talk about batteries. They don't tell you anything that requires batteries except for the AM FM radio. So I don't know what you're doing. I guess the flashlight.
I'm a crazy battery person. You're not gonna get me talking bad about batteries.
No.
Bring all your batteries.
I actually, the way I work it out, in my bug out bag. So after I just badmouth this, I have 3 brand new unopened mag lights. Back from before, they weren't the cool LED ones. But back when like Target used to sell them for $8 a piece. I think Walmart, they're still like $8 or $9 each.
Yeah.
And I just threw 3 of those, and I have a 48 pack of the big AA batteries. So each one of those comes with batteries and an extra light bulb. You know how they used to have the light bulb back in the...
You could replace the light bulb.
Yeah,
yep.
Who knew? And then I have the 48 pack, and I actually rotate my batteries out as I buy new. I have a full, like, one that I work off of. So in theory, I have like 1.5 most of the time.
Yeah.
And then as that's about to run out, I swap it out, and I put a new one in the set. I don't know. So I actually do. And when we talked about on the EMP episode, I do have N-Loop rechargeable batteries and solar chargers, which are all in my EMP kind of thing. So whatever. Moving right along, a whistle or a bell. I would get like a bell. Like, you know what are fun are the ones that you have on your bicycle where you push it.
Ching, ching, ching. Yeah. No. It's a good idea, Coming through. Ding, ding, ding. Here I come, guys. Look out. Make way.
Speedy
I
delivery.
don't know. I mean, guys, somebody's raping me. I've got a whistle, though, so I'll be all right. I mean, I don't know what you're going to use these for.
Yeah, To flag down a policeman?
Walkie-talkies maybe would be a little bit better
I like
of an option.
walkie-talkies. I like that a little bit.
If your cell phone's not working, you can put those batteries that you got right in that walkie-talkie, and you can get a hold of your buddy.
I know, if you guys listen to our EMP episode, love the walkie-talkies, think they're a great idea. It just cuts down on the manpower required for any kind of, security situation.
Right.
Any kind of outpost, something like that. Child supplies, and they show a picture of a teddy bear. Now, as much as I want to mock that, keeping your kids happy and not going insane, maybe not a horrible idea.
Yeah, and maybe you just don't beat your children enough.
Now, that could be it. Now, it says pet supplies, and they show a litter box.
Okay.
So if you take the cat,
this is a bag you're taking to go.
Bag. This is a go bag.
I would also recommend replacing that litter box with a bottle of water. We're up to 3 bottles of water at this point.
They have a leash, a litter box, and 2 bowls, one for water. It's empty, though. You're sharing your bottle of water with that dog. And then a dog food bowl, which is filled with food.
Okay.
And it does say optional.
Optional.
So,
well, I mean, it's optional.
See, I would have used the words as required.
Maybe.
Not optional. Because, I mean, for me, no pets, it's not really optional. It's not even something I would consider.
Yep.
Okay, whatever. Medication. Now, this would be the time where Kevin's going to tell you, think of the elderly.
Xanax.
Bottles of liquor. All right. But, again, I feel like we may have treaded down this road a little bit in the past, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I take Zyrtec. It's funny, I never did before, the current woman there, but, whatever. You realize, hey, you could take the edge off those allergies. It's kind of nice to not be sneezing all the time.
Be able to see.
So, hey, if that's something you're into.
Yeah. But, I mean, you do have to seriously consider that when you are bringing somebody that's, a lot of people are perfectly healthy with the medications they take. But as soon as they don't have that medication, I mean, think about somebody that's diabetic, for example.
Diabetic.
You can get
in
issue. trouble quickly. But, even as far as...
and I think, aren't there cures for diabetes on the internet? Don't I see those all the time?
I don't know. What are they, crystals or
I think they're send me 1995 and I'll tell you to
fix it?
Take some turmeric or something, and I don't know.
Yeah, I would not trust.
No, that's not right.
I would not trust that. If you're diabetic and you're bugging out, don't think that maybe you can just find some turmeric on the way and you'll be all right.
I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, no, I'd recommend you keep updated with your prescriptions and have them available when you take off.
All right. Now, then it says equipment.
Okay.
Now, I thought maybe a portable generator or I don't know what. Maybe an axe.
That seems reasonable.
That's equipment to me. They show a pair of glasses.
Glasses, okay.
So I click on it, and it says necessary medical equipment or supplies.
Okay.
Is that tampons?
So we still haven't got to the axe part yet, though, huh?
No axe.
All right.
All right. Now this is the government.
No, I'm not opposed to bringing along your glasses, and not opposed to bringing along any necessary medical equipment. But
now then it says this is a big one: first aid kit.
Okay.
Now, so I click on that.
What's in their first aid kit?
Let's get into it. Portable first aid kit, and it looks like a 3x5 plastic thing. I think this is the kind with some Band-Aids.
The Flintstone
Band-Aids. Usually they
Band-Aids.
don't have antibiotic, but they have maybe 2-inch gauze. And maybe that white tape.
Yeah, the white
tape.
Maybe
some plastic tweezers in these.
You're getting a little carried away in that size. I don't think they're going to have the tweezers.
The tweezers? No? Okay. I always wonder about those tweezers because I don't think you could tweeze anything. I don't know.
I was actually just going through my medical supplies. I opened up the first aid kit and was just going through making sure everything's, up to date. Damn, I got a lot of stuff, man. I got bandages and gauze for months. I could get an entire body tattoo and be all set.
Now, it does say, list any additional other items. And then you click that. But you know what? I got to tell you, as dumb as this all looks, and I'm mocking it, you can add... Oh, you can't. Okay,
never mind.
It is dumb.
It is still dumb.
Well, because I got to the last one, and it says other items. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can... oh, well, it is blank. I could type on it.
You could type on there.
But it said update plan. So I was like, oh, maybe I can put Leatherman, update plan. And it would say Leatherman. No, when you hit update plan, it just checks. Like, done. Got it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it. No.
All right. So no axe.
No axe.
They're recommending 1 bottle of water, a litter box.
Now, I thought I was cool and I'd be able to tell you about the home supplies as opposed to the to-go supplies.
Right.
But it turns out it's the exact same list.
Mm.
So also you're going to have one bottle of water. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
All right. Well, yeah, I would recommend that you have at least 5 gallons of water in your house stored at all times. At a minimum. And if you're getting ready to get in your car and go, throw that 5 gallons right in the back of your car. If you're on foot, 1 bottle of water ain't going to cut it. You need to start thinking about water purification rather than carrying all your water with you if you're on foot. My
wife's pretty worried about water. I don't know why. I know I've mentioned this in the other episodes. But we have that water bob for the tub. So I fill that. But she also is insistent. We typically buy for our day-to-day use the Poland Spring gallon water jugs. Mm-hmm. My water's kind of crappy. You know this.
Yeah.
The water's kind of crappy, but even aside of that, even if my water tasted fine, if I can get my kids to drink water all day long because it's in a Poland Spring gallon, then that's okay with me. Mm-hmm. You know, they're less than $1 a gallon, and I probably have six gallons, so 36 gallons total. At any given time in my house. That's a lot of water. If I'm bugging out and going somewhere, I am. I'm grabbing the go bag, and like you just said, I'm throwing whatever water I got in the back of the truck.
Right. Take it with you. But, you know, I would recommend, just as a heads up, stay away from the filtered water, that Don Sanai or whatever the hell the Coke product is.
Yeah.
All that stuff that's pure,
like
filtered drinking water. It's just water. That's not what your body's used to drinking, and it's not necessarily good for your body. It's better than not having anything to drink. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's better than a bottle of soda, but it's not. You want spring water because all that purified water does is just pulls all the things, all the nutrients and the minerals and the things that are in your
water.
Right. It's not in it. It's not in it. You're drinking
you're
distilled
still
water.
Flushing your system.
Yeah, well, if you're on a diet and you're trying to flush yourself out and you're fasting or something, that's great.
Whatever,
that's great for it. Yeah. But if you're trying to hydrate yourself, get spring water if you have an option. Tap water is second best. Then only after that, go for that filtered water. It's not good for you.
All right. Sensing a little hostility there.
I'm just saying, I think that's the biggest scam that's ever been pulled on people in this country is that purified filtered water bullshit.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, so, well, let's think for a minute. No, I didn't really make a list, but you're a smart guy. I read a book once. Mm-hmm. What kind of things could you use it as a weapon if you find yourself in the city and the grid goes down? What would you maybe look for?
Well, obviously not a pepper
handgun.
spray.
Whoa, danger.
Not a handgun. Pepper spray is also illegal.
Danger.
Stun guns, also illegal. Beanbag gun, I think that's also illegal. And so is a bulletproof vest is illegal in New York City.
No bulletproof vest.
Because, I don't know.
Level 3 face mask, no go.
Thing to have handy that might be easy to access, and anybody can really use a baseball bat. Everybody swung a baseball bat
You
before.
know that flashlight with the batteries you were bragging about? Mm-hmm. Maybe if you went with the D-cell?
The D-cell batteries, yep.
All
Those
right.
mag lights really used to stand up. That you could use those things like a hammer and still use the flashlight. Those things were pretty stocky. Not
They were
so
pretty
much
stocky.
anymore.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
I actually have one of those in my go bag too. I have a big D cell,
Mm-hmm.
and I have one set of batteries for that. And after that, it's just in the.
Oh, I just stocked up on my D cell batteries today.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Now I have enough to fill it, and enough to replace it once, and then that flashlight's out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I saw a 4-pack of D cells at the dollar store today for $7. I just
Nice.
couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself.
I do have one of those, billion candle watt things that you just plug in and charge up. Like it recharges itself, which is nice with those billion candle watt thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, my mother-in-law bought it for me, and it is the coolest thing when you hear a noise outside and you can be like, boom. And, all of a sudden you see freaking everything, a mile out, and you're like, oh, there's that coyote.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Sorry, I was getting off task there. All right. So basically heavy blunt objects, a pipe.
Yeah. Now, remember...
a 2x4 with nails in it.
Yeah. Remember, if you are unarmed and you're facing an opponent that has a club-like weapon,
Kick them in the nuts.
the benefit that you have is once they swing and miss, they're going to be off balance. So you're going to have to get them to swing at you and then not get hit.
What if I want to keep my ribs intact?
Then run away.
Then
Hope that you can run faster without a weapon than he can run with the baseball bat.
Sounds right. But yeah, I mean, that's, heavy objects are good. I'm
Broom
sure
handle.
in New York City, don't they just have handguns laying around in the street? Isn't that how it works?
I don't think anymore. They
No.
used to have like
used to
hookers
be
on
the
every
thing.
corner. It used to be a fun
And
place
then
to go.
Giuliani got
Yeah,
in, and
now they're
then-
just giving you tickets for smoking on the sidewalk, and God knows what's happening. You can't have a 32-ounce cup of soda anymore. It's just things have just gone to hell. It's all civilized.
You
It's
have
just
to wait.
disgusting down there.
All right. So, yeah, all right.
If
Maybe no
I
weapons.
lived in New York City, I'd be bugging out right now.
I think we did mention that in a previous
Yeah.
episode.
But if you're in an urban area, a lot of people just can't help it. That's where their work is. It's
They're
what
like,
they know
hey,
how to
I
do.
can make $100,000 a year in the city, or $200,000 in the year,
Yeah.
$300,000 a year, or I can make $40,000 a year in the country.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
If money's your god, then hey, you do what
Go
you
for it.
got to
Get
do.
as much as you can. But I don't know. It is important though. People that live in urban environments are prepared for emergencies. It's happened in New York City a few times. With September 11th, and then they had some serious power outages there for
They did.
extended periods of time. And you have to have if you're in
Hurricane
the city.
Sandy
in the
had
city.
some people devastated a while back.
Yep. And I mean, even cities like Houston and places like that, you've just because you're in an urban environment, you have a lot of solutions to modern day living in an
Yes.
urban environment. But without power, without water, those things that many people in that dense of an area, in that small of an area, can get chaotic quick.
Find the building with the water tower and set up your command post
Right.
there.
Throw everybody else out. You're the only one that's got a gun, so you're the king.
All right. So with that, I don't want to, berate you guys with nonsense. We don't want to start rambling. But yeah.
All right. So
News of the week. Anything?
I'm not gonna get into anything today.
Nothing.
I don't
All right.
think so.
Nothing we want to talk about.
We can go over to the Facebook page
All right.
and check us out. What's the Facebook page? If they're not a Facebook friend already, how do they?
They want to go to facebook.com/preppingbadass.
All right.
All right. You guys want to shoot us an email? It's preppingbadass@gmail.com.
That's right.
And you may want to head over to Patreon. I'll put a link in the show notes, or if you search Chuck Podcast or Chuck Badass, you'll find me.
You find it?
Look for like the most hardcore guy on there. That's us.
That's you? Okay. Excellent.
Otherwise, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.